this topic, I'm going to talk to you about user experience and where it fits within other processes to deliver a website. If you think about it, user experience was a design discipline, and user-centered design is a methodology. However, designing a website is more than just the user experience. There's many factors involved. So imagine this pot, which is your website project. There's multiple things involved. There's the hardware, so all the gizmos and gadgets you need to make the website go live. Software, such as content management systems that help drive the website. Different people within the team wearing different hats, such as project managers, stakeholders, developers, and designers. Obviously, you need to take note of the budgets. Budgets are paying these people, purchasing the software and the hardware. And obviously, there's timelines involved. Stakeholders have obviously given a promise as to when they would like a website to go live, so it's important that the project meets that timeline. So when you think about it, user experience is just one factor of a typical process to deliver a website. There are many ways a website project could be run, and typically they're underpinned by a methodology. Some of the methodologies have names, such as Prince2, Agile, and Waterfall. Typically, a project manager uses the best methodology that they know and they think is appropriate to the timeline and budget for the project. But it's important to note that user experience doesn't always come at the start. It's often factored in sometime after the project has started. So it's really important to ensure user experience can fit appropriately within that process and is not the bottleneck. Instead, if user experience works correctly, it should help speed up the process so you can have an effective design much faster. It's interesting. The company Forrester, who's a very large research organisation, did some research into the cost of running a user experience as part of a project. And they found out that if this was a timeline, and this was the design phase, and this was the launch phase, and the launch of a website, when user experience was brought in early, the cost was as much as it cost to actually do the design. So it was a one-to-one. However, once the design was completed and the website ready to be launched, the cost went up by 10. It meant that it cost 10 times as much to come back and resolve some of the design issues. And likewise, after the website had launched, they found out that the cost went up by 100, meaning that it cost them 100 times as much to redesign the website compared to having done the user experience upfront. So it's really important to consider introducing user experience and its methodologies as early as possible in the software development or website development cycle. In this topic, I've talked about user experience and where the methodology could fit within typical projects for delivering a website. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this module. Let's do a bit of a recap. In this module, I talked specifically about the design process. And I covered off 3 core elements, which were information design, interaction design, and visual design. I also gave you some useful techniques that you can take away and practice some of those designs. Also, we covered off accessibility and branding, and where branding and user experience merge. And finally, we talked about website projects and life cycles. I hope you enjoyed the module, and I'll see you in the next one.